Hi guys, welcome to this week's lesson. Today we're going to be talking about the author R.L. Stine, who writes suspense and mystery for young adults and kids. We're going to be talking about mainly his two big series, Fear Street and Goosebumps, how they're different but both equally scary and suspenseful, different age groups, different audiences. So we're going to go dig a little bit deeper into that, a little bit deeper into him, and we're going to have some fun activities planned for you at the end. So who is R.L. Stine? This book is not out yet, but it looks like it's going to be a promising read. I was hoping it would be out, but not yet. It'll be out this summer. So as I already said, he's a famous youth author. Fear Street and Goosebumps are his big ones. His books have led to TV shows, movies, miniseries. So he's just really been successful and being able to reach kids and get them interested in reading. I know it's addicting, one book after another. So he's so much fun, and he really has a way to get to kids and get them to enjoy reading, which I love. So now he says, why do I write creepy books? I just like to scare people. He's fun. So here we go. He grew up. He wasn't actually always interested in scaring people, which is funny. He always wanted to make people laugh. He was a humor writer. He got his first typewriter when he was 9, and he started writing comedies right away, funny stories, and he would do his own drawings, and he had so much fun. And then when he was in high school, he started writing comic books. And when he was in college, he worked for the University of Iowa's humor magazine. So he was all about humor. He loved humor. If you want to read more about his childhood, you can visit his website, rlstine.com. Now, career-wise, he did start off writing comedy and funny stories for kids. However, those did not go the way he wanted, and his editor told him to try something different. And he said at that point in his career, he was not in a position to say no, so he tried it. His editor gave him a title called Blind Date. And so he took it and he ran with it, and Blind Date ended up becoming his first #1 bestseller on Publishers Weekly. So he thought, hey, this works, and I'm going to write another one. So he's been writing scary, suspense, sci-fi type books ever since. So shortly after Blind Date became the success that it became, that kind of led him to his Fear Street books, because it's exactly like it. It's geared towards the same genre. It's the same audience, teen girls. It had some romance and some suspensefulness. So that led him. He started his Fear Street series after that, and then he decided, you know what? Let me switch it up a little bit. Then he started writing Goosebumps. So now he's writing both at the same time, Fear Street and Goosebumps, and it worked for him, and he was able to do so much because of his writing style, which I'll get to in a second. So themes in his books. What themes do we see? So first we're going to look at Goosebumps. You see Goosebumps? What do you see here? Let's look at the titles. The Night of the Living Dummy, The Haunted Mask, A Shocker on Shock Street. Let's look at the pictures. That looks creepy. If I was a kid, I'd kind of be into that, but kind of scared at the same time. So you can see what it gets their attention, especially, I think, little boys. But I know so many young girls that read these too, so, it's more gender neutral. Usually grades like 3 through 9th. I've seen kids up to 9th grade reading these books because they're so good. They're page turners. He has sci-fi components. They're usually somewhat scary. And I'd say for a 3rd grader, they're probably pretty scary. But someone who's a teenager, maybe a little bit corny, but a little suspenseful still. Fear Street. Now, what do we see about Fear Street just by looking at the cover? It's a super thriller. Good Night Kiss 2. And look at, there's a boy and a girl, and it looks romantic, and it's called Good Night Kiss. So you could tell there's some romantic themes in there. Also, it's something that maybe a preteen or a teen girl might get into. So it is mostly his Fear Street is mostly geared towards preteen girls and teenage girls, suspenseful, romantic, and somewhat scary. I remember when I read them when I was, 14, 13, it was a page turner. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? So he really knows his audience and how to captivate them. So earlier I said, he was just putting out books left and right and left and right. How can he do that? Well, his whole writing process takes about 3 weeks to write a book. So his first thing he does is he comes up with a title. He just dreams up a title, and then he goes from there. So he takes about a week after that to write his outline. Once his outline is complete, it takes him about 2 weeks to finish the whole book from start to finish. So it's no wonder he has so many books. So if you want to read more about his writing process, go ahead and visit his website, rlstine.com, on the About the Author page. So here's some awards and honors that he's received. Academy of Science Fiction, Horror, and Fantasy in 1996. Blimp Award for Favorite TV Show, Goosebumps, 1996. For those of you that don't know, the Blimp Award is the Nickelodeon's Teen Choice Awards. Blimp Award for Deep Trouble Book, 1998. Best-selling author for children's in Guinness World Records, 2000. American Library Association Award for many of his books. Lifetime Achievement Award for the Oiana Library Association. So if you want to read more about his honors and awards, you can visit encyclopedia.com. There is a ton of information on there about him. So here's some things that we're going to do in class. We're going to write our own scary story, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So what we're going to do is you're going to pair into groups of 2. Each group will be given a title. With that title, you're going to basically do what R.L. Stine does instead of writing the book, though. You're just going to come up with a quick outline on a poster board and just put some, kind of just give us a little bit how you would do the book, beginning, the middle, and end, based on that title, some character names, something like that. You guys will have about 10 minutes to work on this, and then we're going to put them up, and we're just going to see, what everybody got, and how you got from that to your outcome, to your outline from your title that you were given. So this will be fun. That'll be interesting. See what you come up with. You can either use themes from Goosebumps, or you can use themes from Fear Street. So I'll show you guys again what the different themes are. But remember, Goosebumps and Fear Street, different audiences, a little bit differences here. They're similar in some ways, but they're different in others. So you got to keep that in mind. Also, we're going to finish the story. So we're going to go to R.L. Stine's website. Click. You're going to go onto the upper left-hand side. You're going to click on that, and it'll take you to. You can go to his writer's workshop. So his writing program, and then from there you can hit download now. You're going to scroll down to page 5. He has started writing a story for you. Now it is your job to come up with an ending. So we'll work on this individually. We'll give you about 5 minutes to work on this individually, and then we're going to compare and see what everybody got and how you got that, or what made you want to put it that way. So this will be fun. It'll be a fun experience for us. So here is just a reminder of the different themes. Fear Street, geared towards preteen, teen girls, suspenseful, teen romance, and a little scary. Goosebumps, gender neutral, suspenseful, grades 3 through 9, scary, not too scary, and some sci-fi included. Usually there's ghosts, talking dolls, etc., monsters. So here are some websites if you want to learn more about R.L. Stine. His website, rlstine.com, is amazing. There's activities, he has workshops, he's got just so much stuff, and you could just tell he loves what he does. And right here, the encyclopedia.com, a ton of information and a ton of his bestsellers and some honors and some awards that he's received over there. So it's really fascinating. So I'm just going to show you real quick. So this is his website, and here's a story that I've just begun. Read it, then you finish it for me. Don't worry about how your ending sounds. Just write down what you think should happen next. But first, let's have some fun. So then he writes the story. And you're going to go ahead and read that, and then you're going to finish the story. So also, if you have a chance, look through. He has so much stuff to help you writing. I mean, it's just amazing. And it talks about the process that he goes through and how what helps him, and journal writing, and how to solve writer's block and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. I encourage you to look through it when you have more time. But for today, we're just going to focus on Ghost Car. So I look forward to seeing what you guys start, thinking up before class starts.